We live here on the Real Talk Show. All you know what time it is. Let me be real. Tonight we have some interesting stuff in store for you, all right? But I have a little sad news. Unika Narayan is not here with us. Tonight she go on a wedding. Yeah, congrats to the couple who get married today. Yeah, but on my right hand side, it's not Unika, but Mr. Mark Ned. Only get Mark something. Yeah, and you all remember Marlon Chitawa. I ain't hearing only get Marlon. Yeah. Coming in bright yellow today. And then we have Carolyn Lewis. I don't know if you all remember Carolyn. Nice. And then last but not least, we have Ava Dello. Let's get Ava something. Ava, what going on there?
Audience, good night Facebook, good night YouTube. Welcome to the Real Talk Show. So guys, tonight we are talking, who is the boss? Who is your boss? Before I get into it, the giveaways are a Häagen-Dazs voucher, and we also have 2 Truffles voucher. Now, one of you people in the audience are going to win one of these vouchers, right? I see people raising their hand and saying, yeah, like they're ready for it. So you all remember online, your comments, share the page on YouTube. Remember to subscribe. So we want to hear your comments. We want to hear what you all think. Have you ever had a boss that you think just unfair, or what do you think made that boss unfair? We want to hear what you all think. Even if you're viewing, let us know that you're watching. We also want to hear what you all think. Oh, we have the Christmas giveaway. I almost forgot to mention the Christmas giveaway, guys. The Christmas giveaway, we are going to be announcing what it is at the end of the show, so you all make sure and stay tuned for that, all right? Now, y'all, this giveaway, it is grand. It really is grand. I find I should be able to qualify. I should be. Why not? Come on, online, guys. Y'all let me know if y'all think I should be able to win, because I think fair is fair, right?
Fair is fair.
Let me stop talking. I'll be like,
you're fair enough, don't worry.
I'll be like, right now. Alright, so Kyle, back to you. Y'all remember to comment, right? We want to hear what y'all think. Go on, Kyle.
Wow, this chair real squeaking this holiday. You know, tonight, the topic is going to be, who's the boss, right? Who's your boss? Now, we all have a boss sometime in real life, right? But, you know, life doesn't always work out where sometimes you maybe have a good boss. Sometimes, you know, you might have a bad boss, right? Now, to start off this show, yeah, I want to ask Manan a question. Manan. Manan to the head one time, right? No, we started the topic yet. I just want to know, well, maybe a good time, you know, we come up to Christmas. Yeah? I don't know, is Christmas something, or you celebrate home, I think, I don't know, asking.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Mom like to get the Christmas tree, and you don't put gifts on it.
You don't lie, and you like to wake up in the morning and see a tree, your present under the tree, boy. No. So when the last time you see that? You wake up with a gift
under the tree?
Yeah.
I was still sucking my fingers, so...
Nah.
I was about
so you were 14? You ready to suck your finger to 18? Let me be real. What is up, Carolyn?
But today is not suck finger birthday.
Wait now, it's true. Suck finger happy birthday. Hey, well, today's Marlon birthday. Let's give him a little shout out, I forget that. How old is now, Marlon? 31 and single, so 31. What is up, Carolyn? Do you remember anything you used to do for Christmas? I don't know.
Christmas, yeah, my family is kind of big on Christmas, so every year go by the family. Gifts is a tradition, so yeah, still getting gifts.
You still getting gifts?
Yeah, but at home it's just me and my brother. We have like a small Christmas tree about this high, you know. It might be able to fit any gifts on the
elves
tree.
used to come or something.
I just to get a little Christmas feeling. Celebrate Christmas.
What is that, Mark? You know, we grew up rough.
Yeah.
We never had Christmas tree.
Well, that I was not
we had
gonna
Christmas
say
poinsettia and them kind of thing.
We couldn't afford a Christmas tree, so what we had was a lime tree outside.
Yeah.
We used to decorate the lime tree.
You had a little ball on them still? Like
Yeah,
the green
well,
ball
we
on
didn't
them.
matter by the ball.
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
color.
And wherever lime fall down on the floor, Christmas morning, we have
Pick
a
it up.
field there, yeah.
Lemonade.
Yeah.
Lime for Christmas. But anyhow, you know, today we're going to be talking about who's your boss, right? And before we start, you know, we have two different parts of the segment, which is we have two, you know, boss, role model employees who be coming on the show. But these two young people here are really employees, right? And we want to get the perspective first on the employees. Like, you know, I get fired already in my job already, right, Marlon? You ever get fired before?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's a nice feeling, huh?
Nah, that wasn't it. Nah, boy. Especially when you do this service, boy.
You know everybody online, you know everybody when they get fired, they say they do this service, right? Why don't they service, boy?
They sell Stephen $20, boy. I wasn't stealing.
So it's 18 and sucking finger and tip and $20, boy. No serious thing, I don't know this.
Yeah, they say I was stealing $20.
That's sort of like when the plenty for 20 come out or something.
Yeah, what did I really do, boy?
Actually, it was in a hotel and they provided lunch. But what happened is, like, we kidding, they bought something, right? So I'm in the bartender. I wasn't safe as yet, right? So maybe that is why, I don't know. But, yeah, I said in the bar, somebody come and buy something, right? And $20 was for it. Maybe they gave the change to me as the bartender, because nothing was for $20 then. Yeah, and I gave it to the cashier. He said, nah, just wait, I'm a little busy right now. I think I just hold on to it, and I'll come back to you just now, I'll call you. So I put it in my pocket, my top pocket. I went back, hey, thing, you ready? And he kind of didn't come for it. Yeah, and so I kind of just put it in my lower pocket. I guess that's where I was wrong.
Yeah. Wow.
Confessions coming out there right away.
And in the top pocket, they just called me in the office, Marlon, empty your pockets.
Wow.
I'm not lying.
So you didn't have no money in your pocket?
Well, my money, but I feel them set me up, but I have their money in my pocket.
They're $20 different, huh?
No, I am not that kind of person.
Oh, okay. I just say now how they know that is day $20.
No,
Nah,
I
that's-
guess they set me up.
Oh,
Other
okay.
people tell me like they set me up. How them know to pull me in the office to say I thief $20?
Yeah.
I don't know, but the manager said I could have put the $20 under one of the bottles and wait until nobody want somebody steal it. It's a long story.
Or when you went in the office, you just didn't know they was getting called to get fired?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 'cause that time you had to take that $20 and pelt it to you, right? But anyhow, you know, I want to read this verse like we start off in the Bible, right? Just for you know, to get a little idea where we're coming from. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4-6, here it says, right? Servants, obey your boss. Respect him with all your heart and try to please him as you would Christ. Obey not only when he is looking at you, as if you were pleasing a man, but obey as servants of Christ. Do with all your heart what God wants you to do. Work gladly as if you were working for the Lord and not for men. You know, Mark asked a question, right? Obviously, you have a job, right? Do you see your life as working for a man, or you see yourself working for the Lord? Honestly, if you can honestly answer that one.
Honestly, it is not an easy thing.
At times it's very.
Yeah.
Why?
It have times you could feel, at times I just feel frustrated. And because you're dealing with the person, you're working with the person, you're working with God. Because you're working with the person, you kind of take things personally now.
Right.
Because it's that person who you're working with, you understand? But then you have to understand that at the end of the day, is ultimately you're working for God, right? And it is sometimes that I do acknowledge that when I'm a job, and certain thoughts come to my mind, and I know it's bad thoughts, as be reminded that, hey, it's not the person, but you know you're doing it unto God. But I wouldn't say I'm a perfect, I'm perfect in that area.
It is
be a challenge.
All we need to apply ourselves in that area. Right? But what about yourself, Marlon? You know, in your job and different things, right? You ever find yourself ever wanting like bad talking your boss?
Yeah.
Why, boy?
Well, personally, one, I guess I could give, I wasn't safe, right?
Anyhow.
I wasn't safe.
That's the excuse.
Got the excuse to, anyhow, continue.
No, I want to give two. Yeah, when I was safe too now. So yeah, I wasn't safe on thing, and well, I guess everybody kind of just doing it. Yeah, I didn't necessarily have nothing against the boss, but I was unsafe now.
Yeah.
Everybody just talking about what
Yeah.
the boss. Right? But when I got safe, personally, I find like, I don't want to call the place, right? But they want, I could be wrong, right? But for what they told me they were going to deliver as a manager, they won't deliver.
Mm-hmm.
So I would ask somebody, hey, so what is it about, let me say, the thing?
Right.
And they would say, yeah, they say they was bringing it. They say 4 o'clock. And 6 o'clock the next day, it's now coming on.
Right.
And so I could say the inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We feel you, know, right? I feel you, know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the inconsistent.
Yeah.
Hashtag inconsistent.
Yeah.
I pronounce that word wrong my whole life and nobody tell me. Anyway, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, so I would say something like, you didn't find the real inconsistent with how to just bring thing. Yeah? Yeah, they could do better on that, man.
They can do better than that.
Yeah, they could do better on that, man.
You know, Carolyn? Yeah, Carolyn, on your side, right? You know, I guess in our job, you'd have like balance in situations where you ever always get put in a situation where things were kind of bad asking. And you maybe had to, I guess, adjust to the situation, like promises that was made and it didn't happen or something.
Yeah, a couple of times. It's kind of hard to say, but I guess one situation with my job and stuff like that, working a lot of overtime and, you know, getting told you to get paid for your overtime. And then when the time passes, you know, a lot of overtime build up. And, you know, at the end of the month, they tell you, you know, they can't pay any of the overtime now. So, I mean, that's a little difficult, you know, because you...
How you would argue? I don't know, asking everybody online how you deal with that.
Yeah,
You're about to talk your boss?
nah.
Oh, okay, okay.
In most situations, I try and put myself in their situation, you know. I try and put myself in their position. And, you know, as the place I'm working for, they could go through different ups and downs financially. And I could see where, you know, maybe they didn't expect the overtime would have added up to be so much. But how I kind of forgive it and write it off was there are other times that, you know, they've really helped me out in areas that I needed being helped out in, like maybe time off or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, yes, it was unfair, but I mean, at the point in time, it had nothing I could do about it. They say they're not paying it, so I can't really fight them on it. So I just had to, you know, write it off and say whatever, you know. That's how I had to deal with it. So I had to deal with it that way because it wasn't just me, it was actually the whole team.
There wasn't getting overtime. Wow, that's a sad thing. What does that mark? Have you in your job ever had like a kind of a victim mentality?
Yeah.
Yeah? What is the man?
Suppose I is one right now. Just joking.
Yeah.
I think it don't matter who you are,
Right.
unless you are the shareholder or you are the actual owner of the company. You feel in some way that there's an injustice.
Right.
And how I know that is because every day there's gossip in work. Well, most days, if not every day, you would always find that you have some people complaining, and it's actually something real easy to get into.
Right.
You know, putting your mouth in it and getting pulled into the, you know, feeling.
Because you've seen the scenario too
Yeah.
enough.
You've seen it, the situation playing out. But I guess, you know, having a goal and understanding the season you're in and what you're doing is what's actually help you throughout, you know, while you're working in those kind of situations.
You know, I guess in our job, many times people is fine. Yeah, anybody ever met somebody who you ask them why it is in any job and you realize maybe, let's say there's 18 and then they say at 25, they work about 6 different jobs, they get fired, yeah, they do this, something bad always happening, something bad always following them, right? And you ever stop and you ask them, well, why it is bad thing always happening to you? And you realize they're always blaming somebody else for their, you know, for their issues. They always said, well, he was treating me this way, they making me do all this work, and I had to complain, I had to frustrate, you know, I had to tell them something, you know what I mean? You know, in Carolyn, I guess in your job, right? Without say, how old are you by chance, Carolyn?
24.
24, right? And what you do in your job, asking? Like, where's your position, if you want to call it?
Well, my position is general manager, IT and infrastructure. So it would deal with, it's two roles. So IT would deal with troubleshooting, escalation for IT-related issues, but I also deal with infrastructure, so that's like facilities management, dealing with contractors directly, procurement, those type of items.
And I guess at this young age, right, obviously, the people listening, they hear that you went through something simple like overtime. What are other issues you went through that?
Well, yeah, I mean, there are different issues that have...
I mean, you don't have to call it out because you don't want to make out your boss and them, right? But I mean, there were other issues you would have go through that maybe you could have really get upset and you would have responded in a certain way?
Yeah, of course. I mean, from the time I started working, you know, I came in as a basic IT tech, working in the lab, just doing the same tasks every day, but, you know, you now start off in IT, so you're excited about it. And I was real happy I was working in IT, and then imagine, you know, one of my bosses, you know, they came and they was like, you know, you're getting a new manager who going to decide if it is, we're going to keep you or not now. So it come like a kind of threat now.
Right.
And at that kind of point, because you're working every day and you're enjoying your job, you could get discouraged now. And you know, you're hearing different people talking in your job about the boss, how the boss unfair, and you have a choice to make at that point, whether you're going to get yourself in that gossip or you just be like, you know, you keep to yourself and you continue working.
You didn't even meet the man yet?
Who's that?
The boss, your future boss, and they're talking to the man already?
Who, me?
Yeah, no, I see the people.
Yeah. No, it's people in the job was bad talking.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, they're working there for some time, and they see this new person, and they pulling me in to talk now, like, you know, the boss is this and the boss is that. And, I mean, I had some experiences where I could have got pulled into that gossip and talk about them, but I just kind of kept to myself, and I continued working now. And I understood that at the end of the day, I wanted this job. So, I mean, yes, I mightn't be too happy with the things they're saying, but I saw the place as a place that I could have grown. So I just kind of kept my head down and, you know, and I pushed through it.
You know, one of the common things people, you know, your boss, I don't know if anybody ever had this issue, right? I remember once, maybe feeling that way, but not acting up on it, that, you know, they ask you to do so much things that's not within your portfolio. And you start to get frustrated and you ask yourself, well, why doing all of this? You even getting paid to do all of this. Yeah. But you ever felt like that before, Mark?
Actually, those situations actually come up in my work. I would say on a weekly basis. There are things that I do that I didn't sign up for that in my job description.
Or you're not getting paid for that?
Yeah, but how I look at it is it would be a cool thing to actually learn these different things. Like,
right.
One of the things that I do that is not really in my job description is, you know, like purchasing, doing job description, procurement, and, you know, that kind of thing. And it actually was a real cool thing to learn how these things go to order items, to deal with suppliers and different things like that.
Right.
You know, so I find it was cool, even though it's not something necessarily was in my, job description. I just say, you know what?
You know, sometimes in a situation like that, right, people tend to think they get looked over. And within that time, you know, imagine every day, well, I guess for you, Carolyn, you know, you're coming in, you're not getting overtime, you're not getting these different things, right? But then you're seeing favor in some other areas. I want to ask, are you qualified? I know you're qualified now, right? But were you qualified for the position you're in right now?
No, now I could say I'm qualified, but I was working the position for about 2 years. The first year was just more like, it was handed to me in a sense. And then the second year it became official. This was my title, you know, general manager. But similar to, you know, what you're talking about with Mark, with procurement and those kind of things. Originally, my department was just IT, so I came in working just IT. And similar to what you're saying, where, you know, you start getting tasks on your plate that have nothing to do with IT. You start getting roles with facilities related things like, you know, building maintenance, etc. And for me I looked at it as, okay, yeah, it's not my job, but it's something I don't know how to do. So if it is my boss giving me this responsibility, I would try and do it to the best of my ability so I could acquire a new skill now. Right. And around that time, we had a big construction project going on. And my boss was the project manager on that job. And, you know, I could have seen times when, I mean, he was very overwhelmed with it because, yes, yeah, you're managing a project, but you also have the business to run as well now. Right. So I saw it as an opportunity to come alongside him and see, I mean, in little things, you know, hey, you need help with maybe ordering the paint, or I see you doing quality assurance on this, how come you're doing these checks? And I just started asking him questions, and the more he saw that I was showing an interest in it, he started putting more on my plate, where I started dealing directly with contractors. And I mean, yes, I made a lot of little mistakes, but it's because it was something that was very new to me. And somebody else, like there are people who saw what I was doing, and they would say, what are you doing all that for? They paying you for that? You know? And my thing is, no, they're not paying me for that, but I mean, look at my age. At the point in time I was 22 years old, my manager, you know, my directors entrusted me to manage contractors. I said, you ever get to do anything like this before in your life? You know? In all the years, I mean, it's people who working for 10 years in a position and, you know, you don't see any growth now.
Right.
So for me, when they're giving me more responsibilities, this is the opportunity for me to grow and learn, you know.
Yeah, so it's interesting in life, you can respond in a situation totally different, eh? Yeah.
I would say I grow as well, because I would buy all my clothes in Rattan. And from learning the purchasing, I was able to be the first person in my family to order something from Amazon. So I saw the growth, you know.
You see the growth.
Yeah.
what about yourself, Marlon? You are in a situation where people give you a job to do, and it's not your task. How you respond to that way? I know they're saying, they don't let me be real, right? But asking, right, they apply themselves differently. Maybe you apply yourself maybe totally different. You get frustrated. I said, that's not my work, but you're asking.
Well, the situation was, I guess I could give a safe and unsafe situation. I remember one situation, being unsaved. Carolyn's situation gave her something better than what she was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mark get to do something better. You order Amazon.
Yeah.
They asked me to clean toilet.
Hey!
I said, what did you do?
Inside out for that.
Nobody want to clean out toilet in the bath. Well, right? I guess, well, obviously I said I wasn't safe, right?
Yeah.
And them asking me to go and clean toilet. The janitor, however, didn't come that day. Why me? Why me? Cool. And the other situation, it wasn't even a promotion thing either, but what happened is the people that was responsible for doing that, I guess they wasn't able to come either, but me being the new person working there, they asked me to do it, and like if you know me, I would just do it like whatever. No?
Right.
But I can't say I ever complain about doing it. To say, wait, them give me to wash toilet. I would more tell the boss, but me sign up for the toilet. But I would still do it now.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, that's how I reacted.
And what's the next situation you say when you're safe?
Yeah, they wanted me to do something like, I was washing wares and stuff. Well, I guess that gave away kind of what my job was, right? Yeah, and I said, Breads, I didn't come to wash no wares. I doing what I had to do. And I just didn't complain. I let them know how I feel about it, but I still did what I had to do.
It's still your work.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't get paid for it, and I wasn't getting paid for it. I wasn't hired to do that, but I do it. It's cool.
I'm asking you, right? Maybe in a scenario like that, maybe I ask Marlon, seeing that he get to clean toilets, right?
That was one time.
I know I should say it, right?
That actually happened to me once.
Yes.
I leave the job. Yeah, I leave, yeah.
No, that's interesting, right? I find it interesting. Anybody about you go out there and you go some fast food restaurants or different places, right? You know, I ask them, maybe the crowd is too, right? And you go and you see some people with some bad attitude in customer service. And my first question is, why don't you just leave the job, boy? Why are they complaining or they getting frustrated? If it is you're unhappy, leave the job. You know what I mean? Instead of you're showing your sour face right through. You know, Marlon is in a situation like that?
No, actually, every time I've had an opportunity to be in customer service, I would say front of house, I've never shown a guest or a customer any kind of face that I get real bad treatment here, help me. That's not my post. Even when I was unsafe, that's just not my post.
What about yourself, Mark?
No. There are times that I do work with customers on a one-on-one basis. And there are times that I'm feeling really upset and things personally, personal things going on, my car tire flat and things. And you know, I had to deal with the customer and I just basically act and try to be pleasant because, you know, and I would say generally in Trinidad, we tend to not get the best customer service.
That's a sad thing, but
Yeah. And you don't want to give somebody the experience that you experience, because at the end of the day, you don't feel to be a customer or do business with a company where you don't like the service again. And I want to get paid as small or big as it is. I want it.
Yeah. You know, as you sign up for the job, right?
Yeah.
It's what is job, right? You know, as we come down to the first half of the segment, right? You know, here this verse in the Bible, right? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 18 to 21, right? Don't be labeled as a troublemaker, rebellious, always questioning authority, and feels your way is better. Prideful, gossiper, latecomer, inconsiderate to co-workers, does not slip short work, complains constantly and finds fault. Now, I want you to understand something. As a believer, it's one thing you see somebody in your work and they have a sour face, right? But as a believer, imagine you labeled. Every time you go to buy food, that's how they had to see your face, with a sour face. You know what I mean? You think that's something good by Mark, right?
It have a brand, you know, called Sour Screamers that they could probably apply and, you know, try to sell that.
Try and sell that. You know, as a cup doctor and here, right, I just read out with so many things that maybe a model employee look like. There's so many things we come up with, right, online, or they can tell me if we leave out anything, right? There's somebody who take initiative, they're humble, there's a team player, they're always, respectful to authority and peers, they're willing to learn, they're willing to go the extra mile, they have integrity, they're passionate about their job, and not just about money, and trustworthy, and they're well-mannered. Yeah, there's so many things. Maybe online, or they could, share some things that maybe we leave out, right? But if our wait is going on online, I know it is happening.
All right. So we have a question from Kimberly Singh that is directed to Carolyn. She says, tune in.
Hey.
Oh, she said, no, that's not that one. Where's the other one? All right, well, let me big up some people one time. We have Eniala tuned in. We have Amanda. Good night to all of
Hey,
you.
big up, big up.
By the way, you all, I asked if I should be able to qualify to win that TV, and Ruby said yes. So big up to you, Ruby. And guess what? You are the winner. All right, Ruby. So you big up yourself. Ruby also said, do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who has no need to be ashamed, rightly handling the word of truth. Work for God, he will never forsake you nor leave you, but man would. All right, Kimberly Singh said, Carolyn, what did you do after you had to work overtime again? Did you just accept you were not going to get paid? Did you speak to your boss about the unfairness of not being paid, or being told the thing and other thing again? Happening.
You want to answer that question?
So we had, all right, well, let's go ahead here.
Yeah, answer the question quick.
Okay, well, I guess my situation might be different from a lot of people's own. But my boss, most times when we work in overtime, whether it is there's a project going on, as much as possible, my boss would try and be there as well. So I guess because I had a boss that he led from a place of service, it was very easy to follow him, because, okay, like the example with Marlon, and he was cleaning the toilets. I mean, maybe it wasn't the situation of cleaning the toilets, but say a contractor didn't clean up after himself. If nobody doing it, he rolling up his sleeves and he cleaning up, mopping up, he getting all on his hands and knees and he doing it himself now. Right. So the same thing with the overtime. I mean, yes, I was no longer getting paid overtime because it's moved forward with that. But when we used to have to work overtime, he would be back there with us 11 in the night working, and there was also an opportunity to learn from him as well. So, I mean, I took a joy in it. I mean, yes, I wasn't getting paid, but it was still a learning experience for me.
All right, so we're taking our joy in it.
Yeah.
All right, we had Ruby also said, where is it? She said, I always work overtime and never paid. When asked my boss about my overtime, his response was, many people would love to work for free. Wow, Ruby, I have some serious bosses there, but we're going to talk about bosses now, Ruby, so this one is for you. Crystal Martin actually responded. She said, oh boy, that's rough, Ruby. Times like that, you have to remind yourself that you're working for the Lord. I've always told myself that if I suffer injustice in my job, that God will work it out for me, and he does. But it can be discouraging. Yes, we understand that. Thank you, Crystal. All right, who else? I also saw that Kyle Allen message. Good night to Kyle Allen. And I saw Samantha.
Hey, big up, brother.
That's actually two co-workers of mine. So good night. I didn't even know y'all knew about the show, but good night to you and welcome. All right, so guys, we want to continue to message. We want to get your comments. We want to hear what you think. If you even have any questions that maybe you personally facing something in the workplace and you don't know how to address it or you don't know what to do, you can go right ahead. Feel free to ask a question and we are happy to respond and give you our best advice, all right? So go on, continue to message. We want to hear from you. We want to hear all who's viewing. And remember to share, even as the show is going on, you all can share it to your Facebook friends, right? So Kyle, back to you.
Hey, you know, that's some interesting stuff, right? Carolyn and Marlon get raptured. And we have two new people here on the show. We had Daniel B. Or like Daniel something. Yeah? And if I remember, Kimberly sing from the A21. Yeah, or like give Kimberly something. Yeah? So we had two, I wouldn't say model employees. Let me see if we have two model bosses here now, right? You know, maybe you can just share with your job description, Daniel.
Good night, everyone. My name is Daniel Bisundial, and I am Director of Audit and Assurance at BDO, where we provide professional auditing and accounting services.
He's selling all it tonight, only. He's selling all it tonight. You know, what was it, Kimberly? Your mic not working? Let me borrow that mic there a second. DJ, get my mic there when I get a chance, you know? Yeah?
Hi, good night, Facebook. My name is Kimberly Singh and I'm an office manager at Payless Hardware.
Payless Hardware?
Yes.
Payless open up hardware?
Yes, guys.
Yeah? It working, you know?
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you know. Alright, so, you know, working in your job, right? You know, as an employee, we see things from our own perspective, right? Now, I want to hear so many things from maybe your perspective, right? So I'll maybe ask you, Daniel, right? When in your job, right? Where's, does late coming affect the company in any kind of way?
Of course, especially in my line of job where we provide service to customers, and you know we say that we're open for 8 a.m. So customers expect that you're going to be there when they call 8:01 or 8 o'clock. That somebody is going to be there to respond to their queries and you know, be able to answer that. So if you are not there and then customers are calling, then you know it's not good customer service. So it does affect your performance. It does affect the kind of service that you're delivering to your customers.
All right. What about yourself, Kimberly? I don't know. You tell me.
Yes, it does. Being punctual, especially in my line of business, is very important. Because if the manager or myself is not there to open, then cashiers, employees, no one is able to get ready, set up the register, and we have a new point of sale system. So then, of course, we lose the trust of our customers. Because as Daniel mentioned, if we are supposed to open at 8 o'clock, they expect our doors to be open at 8 o'clock, that they can get their goods. And then it's also not really good for our business, because then if they're there and they have to get to work at a particular time and they're running away, they expect you to be open, so they may take their business elsewhere. So then you can see where it will affect us as an establishment, and then it goes down the line with employees. If we're not able to make money, then we're not able to pay our employees.
Oh, okay. So, you know, let's come to work early for me, please, right? But in the same manner, I want to ask you a question, right, Kimberly? You know, many times in your job, like we talked about from the employee side of you just now, right? Sometimes maybe you, as bosses, maybe you ask people to do some things because maybe you don't have enough staff or something, right? Where's one of the reasons you maybe ask somebody, that's a good question to ask, right? Where's one of the reasons you ask somebody who is not their job to do it? Why would I ask somebody to do it?
Well, yes, the number one thing is being short-staffed.
Right.
And of course, in our line of business, there's a lot of different things that have to happen, and we do experience that asking an employee to do something that's outside of their job description, and there's a lot of friction. But as the boss, you may see something needing to happen, and you need someone who is there to be able to do it. So you say, well, you know, X, Y, and Z, can you clean this shelf? People seem to have a really big problem with if you say you have to do A and if you give them B or C, it's kicking up a fuss. We seem to can't figure out what is the exact reason why it is, But it's to extent rebellion.
It's a little rebellion.
Yeah.
Well, them might answer and say, me, or they pay me for this.
Which is one of the number one things. They say, you're not paying me to do this. But then when you look at their contract and you look at their job description, it does not say you have to pack shelves from 8 to 12. It's worded.
What?
It's worded in a way
What?
where your job description varies.
We have a big truck passing outside here earlier. Yeah. A little big truck
So
here.
that they keep on running from one end.
And I think too what it is there's a lot of laziness as well. You think you come to work and you work from our hours at 7:45 to 5:45 now, and you figure, well, this is what I have to do, and they just try to get by
Right.
and make money, but at the same time you're there for a job, you're being paid, so you should work to the best of your ability unless you're sick or you're unable to.
Right. You ever had a issue, Kimberly, in showing favoritism towards our employee?
No, I wouldn't say an issue. Well, maybe not on my end,
Right.
because as a boss or a manager, you will see that the employees bring different things to the table, and people will have different skill sets, different things that they can do. So if you have an employee that's showing initiative or doing as they're told, or not giving you friction, you would be able to work a lot easier or a lot better with that, as opposed to the staff that's kicking and fussing, not reaching on time, going for lunch for more than 45 minutes. You will realize when your lunch hour is, you know,
Yeah.
not that time. So you'll realize that you'd be able to work a lot smoother and you'll get a lot done if that relationship is.
What about yourself, Daniel? I want to hear this answer. It working? Your mic working?
Hello, test.
Nah, I don't think your mic working at all, right? Yeah, you good? Yeah.
So the question is
Favoritism, right?
favoritism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem for me. I mean, you interact with different people differently, and it has a lot to do with their performance.
Right.
So somebody who is performing well will automatically get promoted over somebody else who is not performing well and not doing, what they're supposed to do.
Who is not performing well?
Well, not if you tell them to do something and they don't want to do it, or, you know they're capable of doing it, but they're just not showing the interest and not showing, that they want to learn this. Because in our line of work, it's all about, the level of service that you could provide to a client. And there are some people, they now come in, they could do A, but then as you move up, you grow and you learn to provide higher level of service. So, you may want somebody else to grow to the next level, but if they're just, keeping themselves at one level and they're not willing to take the effort to move up to the next level, then there is little much that you as the employer can do.
So as an employee, you actually want to show your employees favor? Like, I'll give you an example, like maybe somebody might have the skill set, but they're willing to apply themselves, right? What in a scenario you would do in that scenario like that? They're not qualified to do the job, but yet they could, they could maybe learn on different things, right? They're willing to learn.
Yeah.
What was a boss you would maybe do in a situation like that?
Yeah, I think that is one of the key elements that employers look for in employees. Somebody who's willing to learn.
Right.
Somebody who doesn't feel as if they know it all and they come in, to tell you how to run your show. So, you need an employee, because in our line of work as well, we get people who don't necessarily know accounting or auditing, so they just come in green of the schools. And so, we're looking for somebody who is willing to learn, because we know that they don't know what they have to do. But once they're willing to learn, once they're teachable, then we know this is somebody that we could work with. And, as long as they continue to learn, they will move up.
Okay, cool. I have an interesting question to ask Kimberly here, right? Working in a hardware, I know how kind of madness is beginning, right? Do you ever had to deal with conflict?
Yes. I would have had to deal with conflict in the past. And it's not easy because we both have male and female workers.
Right.
And there has been conflict between male and female workers and female workers or female and managers. And there's a bit, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but what we would do is that we would speak to them as individuals and then we will come together. Because at the end of the day, we all have to work under the same roof and we all have to communicate with each other on different levels. And then, of course, if it does not work at that level, then we give a warning letter.
So as a boss, you ever do something wrong? You ever realize, wait, now, I should not treat the employee like this? I ask it.
Well, you know, there are times that we...
You see a little sad face come out now? Feel sorry for the boss now,
No. I wouldn't say personally that I have really done something that
She backtracked.
I was maybe told of, but I know there might have been times that I might have been harsh and I might have to step back and say, they might not say, well, gosh, can we do this? But I personally would have felt bad for maybe how I may have said something. I didn't shout at them or yell at them, but maybe I could have gone around it as a different approach.
You could have what? Sorry.
I could have gone about it as a different approach.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? As a believer, Daniel, right? Is it, you know, you're working for the Lord and stuff, right? And you're doing the Lord's business, and you want to show favor to, I guess, the employees, right? Is that, how does work? Where, you know, they're trying to get on their skin, you know, they're telling you things, they're reaching late, they do all kind of different things. How is deal with that asking? Because I guess it's easy, even as the same way the employee will get frustrated. It's easy as a boss to get frustrated. Anybody ever had a boss cuss them before? Yeah? There are people putting up their hands, right? Yeah?
I did, yeah.
Yeah? Because them in what way, Mark?
You know him.
Don't make bow down, man. I'm joking.
Yeah, a guy by the name of Anton.
Anton?
Yeah, he was a supervisor. I think he was just frustrated, and I asked him some stupid question in his mind, and he let me have it. And that was the first time I ever get cursed like that in my life, and I was really sensitive, and I didn't know what to do, if to cry, I didn't know what to do. So I said, I will leave this work. But I didn't leave.
And you was the supervisor then?
Yeah, he just cursed, man.
No, I know Anton personally. Yeah, you know Anton gave his life to the Lord. And I guess he actually died. He's actually not alive today, right? You know, but Anton in the past, right, was the kind of guy who would just curse you for just talking. Just have that conversation and just cursing. You know what I mean? So I could see where...
I probably took it personal.
Yeah, now I could see where, you know, he just telling you something and I could see, say, BB pan, you know? You thinking it is he cursing you, you know what I mean? In that kind of way, right? But what was this, Daniel?
Yeah, so I think the question was, you know,
like as a boss, like, you know, people, you know, employees saying things, you're hearing them bad talking, you're hearing certain things happening. And as maybe as a human, that's naturally, right? You actually start to feel, you know, what them saying and what they're doing. And maybe you want to come down on them or something like that. But, you know, you're representing Christ. What's our situation now? You start to respond asking. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, it comes with a job. So people are going to say all sorts of manner of things about you.
Right.
But at the end of the
what's
day...
What's the worst you ever hear about you? Like, see if it fit your character. I don't know.
Nah,
you can't share it right now. You can't share it.
Nah, I don't think I'm that type of person. I don't think I'm that type of person. People have bad things to say about me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I think you have to be composed, you have to be confident in who you are, because the thing is, bosses who lash out at people, they tend to be so because they feel insecure or they feel as if, you know, somebody is threatening them and they want to show their dominance, that I am the boss and I have to do something to show them that I am in control. But if you're confident, if you're in your role and you know what you're doing, you know, you could put people in their place without making a scene or without, you know, cussing them out like this instance. So, you know, there are certain tactful ways of dealing with it. And it all depends on the environment that you're in. So like in my line of business where we're in a professional environment, you know, if I hear something, you know, somebody talking about me or they're talking about another employee, I will talk to them personally and find out, you know, what is causing this? You know, why are you behaving in such a way? Because, you know, we want the employees to, you know, to give us feedback as well. And one of the things that we do in our work is we have what is called a 360-degree review, where we give employees a form to appraise their managers, their supervisors, and they submit it anonymously in a box. And then we open it and then we look at, you know, what people say about their supervisors, how they've been treated, what they like.
So people actually follow those things?
And yeah, we do actually get some very, very interesting comments. So, you know, and it's very helpful because, I mean, some people who may not be aware of what they're doing and how it's affecting their employees, it's a good opportunity.
I'm just asking, who can follow that form?
Well, any employee.
Any employees?
Yeah, so a
okay.
junior employee.
Can I
could fill
follow
it
one
out.
of them thing already? Can I put some back?
Yes, I think I was there at the same time when you was pulling it out.
That's what back kicks, yeah.
Me and David put some real horrible things.
That's what back kicks, and I can see the boss saying, why it is you did this?
Actually, the boss actually came separately after and he said, "Excuse Mark, you put some horrible things in it." And you're not even supposed to ask. But it was so bad that he came and asked.
I remember it, but here, let me hear this going on online then.
Oh boy.
Alright. So we have Ruby. It look like you winning all these giveaways tonight here. Cause you just win. But actually right now we have to do the crowd giveaway. And the crowd giveaway, we have a really simple Bible trivia question. We have the pastor in the house tonight. Big up to Cohen, alright? It look like you're ready for this trivia, y'all. So the very easy question is, who was the apostle that denied Jesus the first time? Now you have to come in front. We want to see your handsome face and all that stuff. So we have Cohen Narain. Y'all ready to feast your eyes on the best pastor on earth? Yo, they cracking up. Oh yeah, now he's being shy. Cohen, come on. Y'all, they being shy. Y'all can believe this. They're winning. They're winning a Haagen-Dazs voucher. I feel I need to give this to the audience. I need to give this to the Facebook audience. Who is coming? Sadia. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Crystal
Sadia.
Ryan.
I want to try and win.
You see this?
Ryan.
You see this audience? You see what it's going to be playing up with inside here?
Where's the question? Ask me.
They don't want to win.
Could I
They don't
try?
want to win. Go in the Ryan.
Ask me now.
Oh yeah, they're playing with me right now.
If
They're
I did.
playing.
Ask me.
Sorry, Marlon. All their Marlon is also the birthday boy. I forgot to tell him happy birthday. Kyle remembered. Happy birthday. Hey, I just wanted to bring him up again. Like Swam bigging him up inside here earlier. Alright, so the question was, who was the first apostle to deny Jesus?
Who's the first apostle to deny Jesus?
Judas. I'm not going to say.
Can I answer?
He was the first.
Could I answer though? Could I answer?
How you feeling, boy?
Could I answer?
I choose the right question. Mark that wants to answer.
My answer is Peter.
Mark that is doing a voucher.
I don't understand that one.
Onika just arrived and she's saying why she couldn't win it because she didn't want to come in front of the screen and say the answer. That's why. Alright, so we had a great comment from Ruby, guys. Silence. So we had a great comment from Ruby. Kyle, I want to read this for you really quick.
Yeah, you go ahead and read it.
To find it.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Here it is. Alright. How do you respond to male bosses trying to make advances to female staff? That's a real serious thing. I see the situation in the modern workplace. What are your views? Alright, so that's from Ruby. We had Aniala say, she said sometimes those opportunities build your character. I'm not saying be a pushover. I'm guessing she's talking about the cleaning toilets and something like that.
Right.
I've always had really good leaders. However, there were times they did stuff that I didn't like or agree with. I pray through it, and if I have to speak out, I do so with dignity and respect. So y'all address your situations, but address it with respect, all right? Ruby also said employers need to make sure employees are customer friendly. Yeah, that's so true. Many times I shop and the staff are rude. We could begin to call some places here in Trinidad, but we ain't going to do that, right? Even though we had to be real, we ain't going to do that. All right, so that's so far. That's what we have. Thanks, guys, for your comments. Continue to comment. We have one more giveaway, and that will be for you guys, because clearly you all deserve it more, because this audience, they just don't want to win things, right? So Kyle, back to you.
You know, we have a little video to show you all, right? We had Keelan the Hunter. He went on the streets hunting now people. Keelan the Hunter, and we have a nice video coming up to show you. Sorry? Yeah, oh, we have a nice video coming up in like a couple seconds here, right?
Yeah.
You know, the director in the back there doing his hand swing. I need to be signaling traffic this hour the night, but you know, we have a nice signal plane.
Now we don't support
We have a
them.
nice video coming up, right? Where we want to, you know, we went on the streets and asked people, you know, some of their opinions, right? But I guess while we waiting, I want Daniel to answer that question. He's the boss here, right? Yeah, other than Jesus. Yeah. You know, the young lady asks if somebody has you have a male boss and he making advances on, you know, how is a young lady supposed to deal with that? I'm asking.
Slap him.
Somebody say slap him. But
If
I mean,
slap him.
I mean that is something that is very, very bad. Yeah, and it's something that she should really report to somebody else within the organization. And many companies have, you know, like harassment policies. So if something like this happens, you go to that person, the HR manager or some other manager within the organizations and make a report, because chances are if he's doing this to you, he might be doing it to somebody else who is not as bold as you are. And, you know, so it's good that you can, you know, be bold enough to speak out about it, because it's not something that we want to foster in our workplaces.
Okay, cool. You know,
I hear what you're saying, right? But I just have a quick question.
you go ahead and think. I was gonna actually ask you as a young lady, let me hear. What you gonna do?
Slap him. Okay. What would I do? Firstly, I wouldn't let it reach a stage where where something actually happening. I probably would slap him. Who knows? Or if it reaches to that state where it actually really happened and is like, it's serious, like it's physical there and then, and I have to defend myself, well, I physically have to defend myself, and then, yeah, that's that. If you are, what my question was going to be though, if you're in an organization where the boss that's doing it is the boss, like there's nobody to escalate it to, then what do? Do you leave? Or, because I'm not going to stay in an organization just because I really need this, because at the end of the day, God is my source now. So I'm not going to stay in a job and say, okay, well, this is my only source to make money, so I had to take this abuse in the event that's the only person. Like, that is the boss. So if that is not the boss, of course I will have to escalate it. You do what you have to do, because, like, exactly as you said, it could be where he's doing it to other people, not only in the workplace, but it could be if somebody brings this into the workplace and they're comfortable with it, it clearly means that it's very possible that they're on the outside and they're doing it maybe to family members and stuff like that. So that's a serious thing now. So I would address it one time. Yeah?
Yes, and I would agree with you. You know, if it's somewhere, you know, where it's a one-man show, so you have one boss who runs his company and he's the boss, and you feel uncomfortable, then you know you can't stay in an environment like that, because you know it's not good for you. So you know, by all means, you know, you have a choice, and you always have a choice. So you know, you can make a choice not to work there. So, you know, go somewhere else where you feel more comfortable. I mean, and God wouldn't want you to be in a position like that where, you know, you're being violated, and, you know, where you've been placed in a position like that. So, by all means.
I asked another question. Is it out of time to tape the conversation?
Of course.
I don't
sell him out.
Of course.
They catch him man in Hollywood, eh? Yeah, that's how they catch him, where he doing things, and I be honest, as a young lady, I could think about it, because sometimes men just have that problem, you know, where they think because there's the boss, they try to make moves, or even say things towards young women, you know what I mean? And imagine every day going to work and a man making certain, you know, thoughts about you, and what they try to do is pull you down, and, you know,
promise them promotion and things.
yeah, get them here, I'll give you a promotion and different things like that, right?
It could also work vice versa with the women boss harassing the men too, just something to be aware of.
You trying to open up here? Yeah. Alright, so we ready for the video. You know, I encourage you, if there's something young lady that happening to, I guess, you know, report it. Do even, I would encourage them to tolerate something like that, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Take action.
Yeah, take some action. You are worth more than that. Yeah? So, you know, we had this video we're going to throw up there. I want you all to see what is be going on the streets, right, with Keelan the Hunter. Let me see what's going on there.
Keelan the Hunter.
Yeah, we out here again, let me be real. We talking about the work, the boss man, all kind of things. It's real vibes tonight. I heard my first interviewer, he's a real cool fella, he real down to earth. He can have up his wall up, you know, but I feel his wall go break down a little bit when we talk to him, right? So let's go and talk to my partner there. Yeah, so Kevin, you know how you feel your boss is getting in work and thing? Wow, he's not a fellow who's talk much, boy. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can get some other people who could give us a little better, opinions and things. So will you tune in? And hey, I just wanna say I have the best boss in the whole wide world. Yeah? So just wanna big up my boss. Respect, let go. We were yo, my boy here. So why think people is take sick leave when they're not really sick? Why they doing that?
Sickness is not really, I can't walk, I can't talk, I'm feeling bad, I had to go to the doctor. Natural stress.
You entitled to these days, so you had to take them. It's like
sick though?
No, it's like vacation. You know, like you're entitled to it, so you might as well take it.
No, there's a difference in vacation
No,
days and sick. Yes, there is though. Well, my point is people take sick days because they're lazy and they probably went out the night before and they're sick and hungover and they can't go to.
They need a little extra time from work. And that's why.
Because the boss don't get them enough vacation.
Probably just fed up at the workplace. Things not right in the workplace, Things not going according to, you go treat your workers properly, then your business will prosper too. So that's probably why they probably just fed up.
Once you work in government, entitled to it and big company, so what's in getting better and getting paid for it, take it.
Sometimes it's the dollar, sometimes you want the dollar. Yeah. But sometimes you ask yourself, is that the integrity way to go, the way of integrity. So that's probably one of the reasons. The next reason might be to safeguard the work. Because sometimes you ups and do something and then bam, you had to get sick leave. Yeah. So you're taking a sick leave and you're really sick.
Why you feel people is bad talk their boss? Like they have nothing to say about their boss, they're telling everybody, my boss is the worst something. Why you feel let's do that?
Well, it could be one out of two things, It could be like they just don't like the boss. Probably where he come from, the culture, probably doing something different, the way you're accustomed to, or just like treatments again. How you treat your employees, they might treat your business a little better or good according to how you treat them.
Is your boss.
Right.
What else is there to do?
What else is there to do? You had about talk the boss, right? It ain't making sense. Why you think this?
Because they don't want to do their real work, so might as well, but it's something to do.
I guess it's the culture. We have a culture of not addressing a situation, we'll just talk about the situation. So instead of going to the boss and say, well, this is what I don't like, this is what I don't appreciate, they'll go and tell a friend, and they will talk about the boss, behind his back.
But they want to be the boss.
Well, of course, you and the boss is not a friend, so that might just bad talk the boss, because I'm not a friend.
I don't even know why people is bad talk the boss. I feel it's because sometimes people want to do their own thing. And the boss opposes to that sometimes now. Because you can't do your own thing, people just want to flex how they want to flex, stay home and they want to stay home. And that's just sometimes the culture that, even especially in Trinidad, sometimes that's the culture. Anything goes now. But then you have to have order and structure. So you could even apply that to life in Christ.
If you feel like the boss on your case right through, he just on me, I feel like a victim and thing. What to do? What to do in that situation? What do you think is the best thing to do?
Well, you could always brace him in a respectful manner. You pull him square, boss, Mr. Whoever. I already like how you might treat me and thing. Especially, even if it's not you alone, you could take one for the team and say, pull the team and let them know, boss, the team come together and we realize that they're not treating me right, That we have a one-on-one and talk about it and see what we can make different in the workplace,
Well, yeah, at the end of the day, he's the boss, is either work or you leave.
Yeah, next work. Yeah, easy as that.
You gotta fight down.
Tell them what you think, what you feel. And if you can't understand it, we'll for next job.
Lash him.
Lash him. Go to jail.
Not on the job though. Outside the job. If you can't do it, get somebody to do it for you. That would probably be better, but.
And no longer be a boss. Because he will go to work the next day and if you won't be at work, he will get fired.
I don't think he care about being on the work.
If you're uncomfortable about a situation, you could deal with the situation. Right? In my opinion, we were not born to have a job. Understand? A job kind of limits our potential. So, if you're feeling uncomfortable about a situation because your potential is being limited, so you got to go after what it is you want.
He should probably put it in writing and address it to him in a very orderly fashion, again order, and put it forward and see how it go from there. He shouldn't look to violence or look to cursing or any of these things, you know. He should try to deal with the situation amicably. That's the word for today.
Let me be real.
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 This man is the realest. Yo, big up.
There's something really going on here, right? You know, people man say lashy boss, yes? You know, you're coming down to our close, Daniel. You know, one of the things I wanted to know, right? You know, as a boss, like we're talking about how, you know, you have somebody maybe in a temporary position. You know, somebody come to apply maybe if they finish school and you know, they're working, right? You know, where's some encouragement you give people? Because sometimes people end up in a job and because the money becomes the most important thing, you know, they have children and different things, they say they had to work this job and they can't go and leave, they had to can't afford their education, you know, and sometimes they don't see themselves, they lose vision and they lose sight of their life and end up not seeing their life, they're living in seasons and different things like that, right? Where's some advice maybe you would give somebody in a scenario like that?
Yeah, that is something real. You mightn't always be in the dream job that you want to be, so you might be working somewhere else. But I'd like to quote from Colossians 3:23, and it says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. So even if you are in a position where you don't want to be for the rest of your life, do it with everything that you have. Do it with excellence, do it with purpose, do it with, you know, 110%. I mean, you know, it's not where you want to be, so you don't have to do that. You might think to yourself, I don't have to really do good at this because this is not what I want to do. But by doing this to the best of your ability, it builds your character, it builds who you are as a person, and it also sets the stage for, you know, how you will work in other places in your life. And if you can give 100% where in a place where you don't want to be, then when you are in that position where you do eventually want to be, then you will be more motivated to give more. And you know, who knows, you know, somebody might be seeing you working in a fast food outlet where you don't want to be, and they may say, you know, this person is giving excellent customer service, this person is doing this so great, and I know this person is not where he or she wants to be, and you know, say, I have a job for you, you know, I have a better job for you. So you never know who may be looking. So right. Yeah, out there, single people, you never know who may be looking. So you know, always do it as if you're doing it unto the Lord, and you know, no matter how the boss is, how he may treat you or how he is, just do it. Think of it as if you're serving the Lord and you're doing it for him, and you know, that would give you a better perspective, and that would give you a better motivation of how to move forward.
You know, Mark, being in like the same scenario as an employee, right? And how long are you working in your job?
11 years.
11 years, and there's some good times and some bad times, right? Yeah. And I guess in all of that, what really was testing, because I maybe encourage everybody out there, right? Sometimes it's not all your education is keep you back, you know. It's a simple thing like character. You could have real good qualification and real good passes. And because of your attitude, you don't have a job, you know what I mean? You can't even keep a job, right? So Mark, within all our seasons of your life, right? You know, one of the things we say is, you know, to serve, you know, to see, the Bible tells us, right, to see our boss as really God and we're really serving him, right? So within them 11 years, right, with some advice maybe you can get some people in all the trials you went through.
Wow, I would say that I did learn a lot over the years. even the concept I would have as I'm an employee and I have certain rights and things. I really see that having favor could be practical. It's like, all right, you purchase 2 cars, right? 2 B14s. One of them, the tires will always be flat. Every time you're driving it, it's shutting down in Port of Spain. You know, the electrical doesn't work. But you have a next B14, always running good. AC, everything, it burning a little bit of gas. It working real good. And you have a choice. I want to go to a wedding and I have 2 B14s. The one that always making me reach late, that always shutting down, and the one that working good. Which one you going to choose? I'm not saying we as employees are B14s. We are more Almeras. I was joking. But it's like, yeah, that B14 gonna get favor, you know, because of how it performs and how it does, you know, what I ask it. I might give it I might paint it over, you know. I might put some 20s, yeah, put some rims and a hard pong, you know. But I'm just saying, it had times that I was asked to do things that wasn't really my job. And when I look back on it, I regret being a little bit rebellious towards it, because when I look back on it now, I realize why my manager would have asked me to do it. He really had no choice in the moment. And like when I look back on certain situations, I see the importance of honoring the people that you work with, because even like being an honorable person in my job actually opened the door to share the gospel and to, you know, represent Jesus. You know, if you're a man who really don't care and you have no standards and you just do business, I curse and I gain one and thing. And then I say, while I done curse, by the way, Jesus loves you. and, you know, they go say, what really going on now? So I really see honoring how it really, at the end of the day, is something that God is be pleased with, because you represent Jesus, you know, on the earth.
Yeah, well, what about yourself, Marlon? Right? The Bible says he was faithful with little, faithful with much, right? Yeah. In your life, did you see, I don't know if there's ever a time where you wasn't faithful with little, and, you know, things didn't really work out the way it should have, I don't know, asking. Or there was a time you was faithful with little and you see entrusted asking.
Well, both. when I was saved,
right.
when I wasn't saved.
Right.
So not being saved, I remember working in a specific job, and just, I guess I could say I was a bartender, and I was one of the first people to, how to say, work there. So I kind of basically opened the place. And my boss wanted to take on more people, and he asked me to train them, and then he asked me to start to take stock and all that kind of thing. So I guess I could say from the little, because I guess I did a little course in my little bartending, so I knew some stuff. But in taking the job of a bartender and not, how to say, looking at it as a small thing or whatever, or being grateful for it, yeah, I guess he took me and allowed me to train people and to start to do a better job. I wasn't a supervisor, but the next job I had after, actually, I was a supervisor. So I guess I could say little and more. But
let me hear the one where you're safe now.
It's the
let me
opposite.
save that back one. Let me save that contradiction now. Let me
go. It's a bad example. Unfortunately, you think, you know, you're safe, you know. But it was the opposite. I guess this situation real personal, right? You know? Yeah, I'm going to share all the details and things. But basically, having a little, I was, boy, the best way to say it,
you wasn't satisfied.
Yeah, boy. Hey. You know? You can almost say I'm grateful, boy.
You was grateful? Wow.
I guess, yeah, to the real extreme. But it left me unemployed. You know what I mean? But I learned some things from that, you know. Some people come and talk to me after, you know. I learned some stuff. And I was wrong. How I went about, how to say, being grateful with the little then.
Right.
Yeah, I was wrong in how I received the little that was given to me as in the job now. Yeah, no, I squandered it, but
squandered. I guess in a scenario like that, you know, asking honest, right? Yeah. You know the scenario. Do you think you could get a little favor in that job to maybe, you know, do something better? Or you were just looking in that moment, just at that scenario, and you just say, well, watch me. Yeah? I fed up.
I'm sure if it had, you know, to better.
You do sure that's why you're going like a clown?
Possibly. Possibly.
This one a little too close for man.
Yeah, real close right now. It's skin.
It's real close. Right? What is up, Daniel? I mean, in your job, right? People, where you are the manager down here, right? So BDO is like our international company, right? Or is there any scenario where you had to be entrusted with little to get the job where you're at? I don't know.
Yes, well, I would have started off as an audit trainee, you know, doing the little task. And then as the boss see that, you know, you can take on bigger tasks, they give you bigger things to do until one day they say, okay, I want you to manage this audit by yourself. And, you know, because they saw the potential in me, and because, you know, I always look what else I could do. So not only what they give me to do, but, you know, can I learn about this? Can I learn about something else? Can I, you know, learn what you're doing? So I'm that type of person. I'm very inquisitive, wanting to learn more. And by learning more, I'm able to do more. So when the opportunity comes for me to do that, I'm able to do it because I went ahead and I took the initiative. I learned about it. You know, I did some research about it. And, you know, that is what, in my line of work, we're looking for an employee, somebody who takes the initiative, somebody who's willing to learn and, you know, willing to go the extra mile because, you know, not everything you're going to learn in the workplace. You know, you're going to have to take the initiative outside to further your education, you know, to do some research. If you're doing this work, you know, the boss mightn't be able to teach me everything. If I want to become a good leader, I want to become a boss, you know, let me do some courses on how to be a good leader, how, you know, research, things like that. Right. And, you know, when I display what I learn in the work environment, my boss is going to see that and say, you know, this person ready.
It's
you know?
true, right? You know, as we closing, you know, in Christ, we learn that, you know, Jesus became a man, right? Imagine King of Heaven, right? He became a man, he became a humble servant, right? And we learn that, you know, imagine Jesus will say that, you know, he's indeed the master, and, you know, but we had to learn from his example, right? That, you know, just as he served us, we're supposed to be able to serve other people, right? And we're supposed to be able to not think of our position or where we are or something like we have demands, right? Because Jesus gave up all his rights, right? So on this earth, what I find it interesting, right? How many all in the crowd here? How much hours are they spending work? I don't know. Or on your job, how much?
About 9.
Yeah, about 9? And imagine 9 hours of your life that you're up and you're devoting. And imagine you're going to work and you're spending your life. Do you realize that most of the time you're actually representing Christ and you can have an impact in your life, in your job and different places? But imagine, sometimes that's the most time in your life you're actually frustrated. That's the most time in your life you're always showing a bad face, a bad attitude. And you would realize to yourself that you are actually not demonstrating what the Bible says that you have gifts of the spirits inside of you. Would you all agree in a job sometimes it's easy to get a little frustrated? Yeah, we all think asking.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, a little frustrated. Now in the Bible, do you all think there's an answer for that if you're feeling a little frustrated in your job and thing?
Yes.
Where's the answer? I don't know. Tell me, I don't know.
You have a lot of encouraging scriptures, I would say personally.
You would say personally? Yeah, I'll give you an example, right? The Bible says the fruits of the Spirit is what? A little patience. So do you know in you have actually all the qualifications you need to live a successful life in your job and anywhere and to actually have favor? Because the Bible says promotion comes from where? Not actually from men, right? It actually comes from where? From the Lord. So actually, do you know the Lord is actually looking at you and he actually wants you to show you favor? I encourage you all if you get a chance, right? Maybe you could go in the Bible and you could read somebody called Joseph, right? And you could read his life, how he went from, you know, just a man in a pit. Imagine a man in a pit who have no, you know, they treated him so bad. And then now he actually reached a point where he was ruling the whole of Egypt. And it wasn't until do this sit down and say, he's a man of God, boy. The Bible says that Daniel was a man of diligence. And he's a man of excellence. And it's because of those things. So when it is you ask yourself, how am I sure representing Christ on your work? Do you realize diligence is one of the things? Because Jesus was that way. He was a diligent. You all think Jesus was diligent and what he was doing? Yeah. You all realize how many always get up early in the morning and go and seek the Father? Get up real early in the morning and devote some time to go and spend some time with the Lord. The man was diligent in what he was doing and he was purposeful, right? You know what I mean? Don't look at their life on the earth as having no purpose. You know, so as we finish the close, Eva, what is going on online?
All right, so we had Bobita Mohan. Good night to you.
Hey, good night, good night.
We need to make the workplace a safe and comfortable place. It's our second home because we spend a lot of time there.
It's true.
Agreed. Okay, we also had Angel Spirit. Good night to you. You don't have a pure heart.
Angel, big up.
The story of Joseph is a good one to take into consideration, which is exactly what Kai was just saying. So I'm going to go ahead and give this Trotters giveaway to Bobita. You are the winner of the Trotters giveaway. So congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats to you. So guys, as we on the topic and we're talking about bosses and stuff like that, I myself personally can't say that I've encountered in the past a boss who was quite hard to deal with, you know. where he would belittle, I guess you could say, his employees, and this is the employee's direct supervisor. So it's really happy to go to work, and as soon as you reach the work, your supervisor telling you something else the time. And when I just started working there, I myself experienced it personally, and there was a point in my life where it was actually getting to me. It became annoying, and I would talk about it, and it affects you. It really does affect you to hear the person, and this is the person you would expect to encourage you and to motivate you and was hard. And now the old Ava that I was, usually I would be the type of person, if you tell me something all the time and I can't say I don't, I didn't really care who you were, I would tell you like it is, I would answer you back and I would tell you like
sorry, Ava, sorry.
I really didn't care. Yes, your apologies accepted. Alright, so I really didn't care, but I definitely have to say that the Lord changed my life in that area where I was able to humble myself on the things, even though in the moments it might affect me for a second. Afterwards, I was just like, seriously, I don't have time for that now. And then I realized I reached a place where, you know, the love of God is so amazing that that love that I felt towards that supervisor, it had to have come from God. Because for me personally, to just say, I'm going to love him anyway, it had to have been the Lord now. Because I remember it had this day, I saw him doing some duties after work, and I thought to myself, maybe I could help him doing that. And I started to help him do certain things after work, things that we could actually help. It is not something that necessarily he had to do himself. And in that, because of my extra work efforts and stuff like that, our relationship, it improved. I no longer had that where he would pick on me, and he himself changed towards me. I could definitely say he changed towards me, and I really appreciated that. And I know that I don't think that change would have happened if I didn't respond to him differently, because I guess he saw the person that I was. And I could also say, even in previous jobs, I mean, I didn't work that much places, but one thing I could remember when Kai was talking just now about your work ethic and stuff like that is always present your best. Because when I was leaving one of my jobs, my boss actually told me, but I wanted you to come and I wanted you to take over my position. And now I was the junior person in the organization. So it was a small organization, of course, but for your boss to tell you that I wanted to train you, for you to come to be in my position, I never expected my boss to say something like that. But that was the reality of it, and that's because of the change that God brought into my life. So what I really want to stress on right now is really show love. I mean, even though you're in a workplace and you know you might think you need to show love, but it's so amazing what God can put into you, and where you show love and you're able to help persons, and it will really set an example for your co-workers. For in my case, where the person would have been picking on me, for my co-workers to see the way I would have responded. So I believe that would have been encouragement, and I hope that could be an encouragement to you as well. And on a lighter note, remember y'all, that Christmas giveaway. So Facebook, you are on our what do you call it, on the list, on our Christmas list. You're on our Christmas list. One of you people on Facebook, can I get a drum roll? The big giveaway. Ollie, can I give my drum roll, man? Come on. Ollie, see what I had to deal with inside here. Alright. So our grand giveaway for Christmas
it might be
is going to be a 50-inch TV.
What?
Yeah, no. Y'all, I want to win this. And Ruby said, yeah, the giveaway not reach all right, I think I could be able to win this, Ruby. I agree with you. I should be able to win this. But guys, we are going to say it on Monday.
Yeah.
On Monday, we are going to list on Facebook how you could qualify. Come on, guys. You all know you all want to win that 50-inch TV. So stay tuned for how you could be, how you could qualify to win it. And just keep you and Kyle. Take it back.
Thanks everybody for viewing. Angel, you're always one girl. Big up, Angel. Let's give Angel a round of applause from here. Now, that wasn't Angel, your sister, right? Just now, because Eva, in case you didn't know, right? Eva have a sister called Angelia, right? But yeah, you know, tonight, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Not this week, week after, we have an interesting show for you, all right? It might be about insecurities, right? Now, that is something, interesting, how, people respond in life, with insecurities is, it's going to be a deep topic, right? Apparently, all the women excited, apparently, for it. I don't know why they're excited, but that is what I was told, right? But, yeah, we're going to have a great show. I encourage you all, on the 3rd and the 4th, we are the last flight, right? And we're closing off with the video to show you all the promotion, right? So, you have a great night, Facebook. All the big up.
Wait. Is me all the judging? Oh, they don't know my life? You heard me, mommy? He did things to me that no man should ever tell a girl.
You better be on time for that play. You jacked up fool.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. I hope you really enjoyed it. You can go on over to our YouTube channel and click subscribe. You can also click on that bell at the bottom and you'll be able to get live notifications. For our Facebook viewers, remember to like, comment and share, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show, and if you'd like to come on down and be part of our live audience, we are located at number 12 Anna Street, Woodbrook. Have a great night. Thank you for being part of the show. Good night.